It's another Sunday, it's another brawl, what are we doing?
Nonsense Rumble!
That's right, Rick, what is today's category?
We are doing a D&D 5th edition CR5 monster.
Yes, we're not limited specifically to the monster manual, but we do tend to stick to just the vanilla monster manual. We certainly don't allow homebrew, because then you get into real murky territory. Even the challenge rating system, Rick, I think you'll agree, is not perfect.
Oh, the challenge rating system itself in general is an absolute crapshoot. Some things habitually punch above their weight, like dragons, and some things are just like, why is this so high on the list?
Yeah, well, because usually they've got a gimmick, but if the gimmick doesn't spring off, then it's actually just a CR0.
Yeah.
Like, I think the most obvious example is like Shadows. They're like CR 1/2, but they can kill people very easily when, technically speaking, you can put 2 against a level 4, a level 1 party.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
And that's hard.
It's very hard.
But anyway, sorry, we got a little bit sidetracked there trying to explain the monster manual to people who probably already know what it is if they clicked on this video. For those of you unfamiliar with how the Rumble works, we pick a category, we pick characters or creatures that exist within that category criteria, and we argue why our guy would beat the other guy. So, Rick, first and foremost, do you have an honourable mention today?
My honourable mention was the Beholder Zombie, because when I looked at the stat blocks of these, the stat block was super incomplete, and I was like, oh, I remember the Beholder Zombie being cooler than this. There's no way I can pick it based on this stat block.
Was the Beholder Zombie that you fought or used perhaps homebrewed slightly?
I think it was from a module.
Yeah, so that's another fun thing that modules do, is they take existing stat blocks and they improve them for certain scenarios.
Yeah, so things that were on its stat block were things like it has eye-ray, but it doesn't say what the eye-ray does. So yeah, you're just expected to have an original Beholder and just change it up a bit.
I guess that kind of makes sense, because if it's a zombie Beholder, it might have lost some of its eyes, and each eye is meant to do a specific thing, so maybe it only has one eye ray left, but you get to pick. And depending on which one you pick, kind of influences the CR rating a lot.
Yeah, because if you have mono disintegrate, then you've got a nuclear.
Bye.
But yes, I ended up not picking the Beholder Zombie. Do you have an honourable mention today?
I do. My honourable mention today is the Roper, because I've used a few of these things in campaigns. They're very fun.
Yeah, they are.
I think they're best used as like the centerpiece of a big encounter with a bunch of minions. Like, put this in with a bunch of kobolds that have like grown it all its life and helped feed it.
Yeah.
And you've got a fucking menace. One-on-one, I don't think it's that useful, especially with its movement speed basically being non-existent. Yes, it has the tentacles and it's very fun against a party. Against another creature, probably crap.
Yeah, like, the Roper is the kind of thing that you put at the centre of a little mini labyrinth that you've got your players to try and solve. And it's just using its tentacles, and suddenly one of your players goes missing. Oh no! Or the NPC that you've been bringing around. Oh no, they've gone missing.
Yeah,
and then you get to them, and yeah, there's half an NPC left.
There's like 2 of these in Storm King's Thunder alone.
Yeah,
I used one.
Someone really liked them. Yeah. Someone on the development team really liked them.
I mean, it's also just good because the amount of that campaign that you do just spend at level 5, it makes sense having a couple of these littered around.
Yeah, although it's really weird when you come across like one of them and it's just like in a really weird place, but oh well.
You only ever encountered one in our game, and that was in the Stone Giant Mansion place homeworld, and that made perfect sense.
Yeah, they are meant to put one just in the Storm Giant home, which is the weirdest place for it to be.
There is. I think the logic is that it's meant to be a coral variant.
Sure.
Because the location it's in is fully submerged, more or less.
Yeah. And the Storm Giant's like are too big for it to eat, so it doesn't even bother.
Yeah. It's like spiders and snakes. The reason why they don't eat people is because they know there's no point in trying.
Yeah, they're too big.
Yeah. But yes, we've waxed lyrical about the Roper for long enough, I think. Rick, who is your actual competitor for today's CR5 Monster Manual bout?
My pick for today is the first appearance of this type of creature. It is a Mesoloth.
I don't know anything about this.
So Yugoloths are the neutral counterpart to devils and demons in the D&D cosmology. And the Mesoloth looks a bit like a cross between a collector and a tyrannid. It's just a bug type guy, but not all of them are bug type guys. It's got a trident, it's got the trident is the only ranged attack it has, but it has innate spell casting for a couple of things. a couple of darknesses and dispel magics and a cloud kill. But the big deal
nasty.
is cloud kill is nasty. The big deal though is that it can teleport at will up to 60 feet as an action.
Okay. As an action, not a bonus, so it can't attack and do that. Yeah.
Correct.
Okay.
So
well,
if it's going to have to be running to do that to get like more distance out of it. But it resists cold, fire, lightning, bludgeon, and then like standard bludgeoning, piercing, slashing for non-magical, and immune to acid and poison. immune to being poisoned. It's just generically very tanky.
does it come under Yugoloth in the monster manual? Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, I'm just scrolling to find it. Yeah, Mesoloth. It looks like a fox. Oh, no, wait, that's the other thing.
That's the Arcanoloth.
Yeah, never mind, ignore me. I'm just scrolling down to get the stat block, because I don't know anything about this. Wait, which one did you say it was? The
Mesoloth. I'll send it to you real quick.
That's okay, I've got it. AC 18, hit point 75. Medium Fiend, neutral evil. Yeah, damage resistance, cold, fire, regular damage from non-magical, immune to acid and poison, immune to poison, rightly fucking so. It only gets one cloud kill a day, and it gets two a day each of the other spells.
And advantage on saving throws against magic. So
Honestly, Rick, I know for a fact. I know you don't know what I've picked yet, but the magic element isn't going to matter against mine.
Sure. So yes, my nicely crafted, cool little creature. Who are you going to fight it with?
I'm going to fight it with the biggest, bluntest stick that I have in the CR5 monster manual available to me. Do you want to take a stab at what my stick is going to be called?
Is it the Boulette?
Wow, Rick. Yeah, it is the Boulette. Who'da funk it?
It's very definitely iconic based on our interactions with it in Baldur's Gate 3. Even more so if you do it on honor mode, where you need to do 20 damage to do any damage.
That's bent.
Yeah.
That's not very nice at all. So what? It's basically got a mini fucking bulwark effect then.
Yeah, but only while it's got its temp HP.
Oh, okay, that's not too bad then.
So it's got like 100 temp HP, and you have to do 20 or more to get through that in chunks.
Yep, spamming fireball, got it.
Yeah. But good luck having fireball at that level, though.
He got a few scrolls.
Yeah. But yes, it was a. Do you know the other part of the lore about Boulette? The real world lore.
Go on.
It's one of the creatures that Gary Gygax invented because he had a bag of plastic dinosaurs that was so shit they looked like nothing. So multiple creatures were created to be these shit plastic dinosaurs, one of which was the Boulette, another of which was the owlbear.
See, the owlbear, wow, that must have been a really fucking shit model.
Yeah.
Like, the Boulette, fair enough, because it's affectionately nicknamed the land shark.
Yes.
Because it does kind of look like a land shark. Now, I would love to see pictures of these original models, Rick, now that you've revealed this to me.
Yeah, it's like from the 70s or earlier, so... But
yes,
there's a third one, but I always forget what the third one is.
I'm sure we can look it up one day. But yeah, the Boulette is fast. It can burrow and just run on land, across land. 40 feet movement for both. It's got a 17 armor class. That's pretty respectful at this level. Not quite as high as yours. It's got a nice HP pool, but more importantly, this is just a fucking stick to throw at a party. It does big damage. It doesn't have multi-attack, unfortunately, but it doesn't really need it. Deadly Leap is a bastard.
It is. Do you do acid damage on the Boulette?
Nope.
Okay.
It's all blunt.
So it's all blunt.
Oh, sorry, bludgeoning, I should say.
Bludgeoning.
Bludgeoning for the Deadly Leap. Its bite does piercing damage, 30 damage. Granted, that's going to get halved because of your resistances. Deadly Leap is also going to get halved because none of this is magic, unfortunately.
Yeah.
But it can knock you prone very easily with Deadly Leap.
It can, because that's like a dex save. And this thing's got no dex save, it's just +0.
Strength or dex?
Strength or dex. Okay, yeah, the strength is +4.
Okay. They've got the same modifier to strength, not that it matters much. Cloud Kill, is that a con save?
Yeah, so you're passing that.
Yeah, almost certainly. It's got +5.
Yeah, so it just farts it off, tries to make that the area that you need to go in, but it's no big deal either way.
What damage is it doing on its regular attacks?
Regular attacks are 2d4 +4, 9.
What, on average?
Yeah, the average is 9.
Okay, so the average for the Boulette is 30. We're halving that because of your resistance, 15, so it still outdamages it punch for punch.
It does have the trident that it can throw. It doesn't return, however, it can teleport and pick it up.
That's fair, but also if you teleport away or run away and do the throw, the Boulette's just going to bury underground, isn't it?
Yeah, so I guess he would just start waiting waiting for the Boulette to reappear.
Yeah, but when he reappears, what move do you think he's going to open with?
Yeah, big old bounce.
Yeah. I've got to be honest with you, I think the Boulette's out-punching here.
I think it might do, even with the resistances. Because 75 HP.
Cannot stress this enough. The Boulette fucking packs a punch.
It does. Yeah, it's something averaging out to 30 damage just as normal, like, difficult to resist damage. Like, creatures are pretty much the only thing that do resist this thing, because other than that, you've got Barbarian, and that's pretty much it.
Yeah, and even then, only when it's raging.
Yeah, like regular players tend not to be able to resist physical damage.
Not unless you've got something very special armor-wise, but if you're fighting a Boulette and you have a magical item that resists bludgeoning, you're probably way too high to be fighting a Boulette.
Yeah. I'm pretty happy to hand this one off. Boulette wins!
Yay! I'm always happy when I win the D&D ones, because at the end of the day, it does kind of come down to numbers. And I used that to my advantage this time, because I was really torn between Boulette and Vampire Spawn.
Yeah.
But then I also thought Vampire Spawn might be a bit of recency bias, considering our campaign.
Well, true that.
So,
I was picking on all those like resistances and immunities and the teleportation, and they turned out to not be a match for good old leaping and hitting with weight.
The thing that gets me is just how fast a Boulette is as well. Like 40 feet it's faster than average. The average I base things on is 30 feet.
Yeah, this one's got 30 regular and then 60 to teleport, so it can outzone it, but it needs to know where it's going.
Yeah, I don't think it's outzoning it. And they've both got dark vision, so even if they were fighting in the dark, it wouldn't be a factor.
Mine's got blind sight, so we can fight in magical darkness. Boulette, I think, has got tremor sense as well, doesn't it?
It does indeed.
Yeah, and my guy doesn't fly, so yeah, if he's standing anywhere, the Boulette knows where it is.
Yeah, it was a bit of a mismatch today, but oh well. These happens. Boulette wins quite handily, I think. I think your guy would give it a good go. Also, Boulette outraised it with the HP by a good 20 points.
Yeah.
This is
like even at the same HP or at like random numbers. Yeah, the Boulette's just going to be like just tankier based on the number race, as you say. So yeah, Boulette wins.
Yeah, that's the second time we've done Boulette wins, but fine, fair enough. That's CR5 in the books. Next time we tackle D&D, it will be CR6. I don't know how big that pool is, but we'll see when we see. Until then, guys, we'll see you next week.
Bye, everybody.